moms, welcome back to my channel. If you're in the postpartum phase and feeling a little lost when it comes to fitness, food, or just feeling like yourself again, this video is for you. I'm Marilyn, a mom of 3 and a women's fitness coach, and today I'm breaking down everything I wish I knew after having my babies, from recovery, nutrition, workouts, hormones, and what actually matters most. Let's take the pressure off and focus on what your body really needs during this beautiful, wild, and sometimes exhausting season. Let's get started. Let's talk about real postpartum recovery. Not the kind you see on social media, but the one that actually happens to all of us behind the scenes at home with our newborn babies. Real postpartum recovery, for me personally, it wasn't glamorous. I was sore, I was exhausted, and honestly felt like a complete stranger in my body. We just went through this 9 months of being pregnant, and now we have this new baby in our arms, and maybe it's the first time you've had a baby, so you're a new mom, or maybe it's your second, but now you're a mom of 2, or maybe you're third and now you're a mom of 3. Like, either way, every single postpartum journey is very unique to you. So you're going to have a different experience during all of it. I remember after my second pregnancy, I had my baby. I had an emergency C-section. So this is something that was absolutely new to me. And I had my almost 6-year-old asking me if I had another baby in my belly because my belly still looks 6 months pregnant. And I felt so sad. Not only was I sad because my body I didn't recognize my body. Because of the C-section, I had a much harder recovery, and I couldn't even stand up and hold my baby at the same time because I had absolutely no core strength. And I remember just crying because I thought, this feels so hard. Like, am I ever going to feel like myself again? Is this ever going to feel normal? And I think at this point too, we give ourselves too much pressure to bounce back because of social media culture. Like, you're literally just had a baby and you see a mom online show their 6-pack abs like literally 6 weeks after they had their baby. So then you feel like you're comparing and you just want to rush back into just feeling like yourself again. I want to remind you that healing comes first. Strength and confidence is going to follow, like, I promise. But right now, your job is to rest, nourish, and rebuild from the inside. Also, form this bond with your baby. If you're breastfeeding, that's a whole other level. Like, you need to also be able to form that bond and teach your baby how to eat. You're gonna experience chapped nipples. I'm just gonna say it because that's what happened to me with all 3 of my pregnancies. I breastfed them 1 year each, and then my last one for 8 because my milk supply did kind of dwindle down and I wasn't able to continue breastfeeding her. But that's a whole other story. I've had a pregnancy where everything was perfect and I had a great delivery. It was a normal delivery, and then my second one was an emergency C-section. My pregnancy was amazing also. And then my third one, I had a preemie. She was born 2 months early, and it was also a second C-section. So I've had quite a bit of experiences with my postpartum journeys. Postpartum nutrition basics. You don't need a fancy diet, just enough fuel. Focus on protein, fiber, healthy fats, and hydration. These support tissue repair, hormone balance, and energy. I always recommend aiming for 0.8 to 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight daily. You can do this by eating 3 meals with 30 to 40 grams of protein and 2 snacks with 20 to 30 grams of protein. Protein is essential for maintaining muscle mass, especially during times when we're less active. It also supports collagen production, which helps strengthen the collagen in our bodies that may have become more relaxed. If you haven't started a collagen supplement yet, now is a great time to begin. If you are breastfeeding, your caloric and water needs are going to be a little bit higher. Dehydration and underfueling can lead to mood crashes and low milk supply. Aim for an extra 300 to 500 calories if you are breastfeeding and 80 to 100 ounces of water daily. So make sure you're always where there's a restroom. You're gonna have to pee a lot. Some other supplements that can help regulate your sleep, mood, stress during this time include a B complex, vitamin D, and magnesium. Check with your doctor and see if that works for you. I know it's tempting to jump into a hardcore program, but in these early months, think foundation over intensity. Start with gentle stretching, belly breathing, walks 2 to 3 times a week. The goal is always consistency, not perfection. So stroller walks really helped me during all through my postpartum journeys. Not only did my babies love being in the stroller, but it also gave me an opportunity to get outside in nature, hear myself think, and just get a boost of oxytocin, which just puts you in a good mood. The biggest tip I can give you in setting realistic goals during the first 3 months postpartum is to ditch the scale goals and ditch the I want to fit in my pre-pregnancy jeans for now. Instead, focus on getting stronger, having more energy, feeling confident in your body. Set simple and realistic goals such as I'll walk for 15 minutes 3 times a week, or I'll stretch for 5 minutes before I go to sleep. My doctor cleared me to work out 5 weeks postpartum, which looking back at it now, I really don't think I understood the instructions of easing my way back into exercise. I was like, I'm ready, let's go. My sister signed up for a 5K and it happened to be a breastfeeding cause, so I thought it was meant to be and I decided to just join. I quickly realized during this run that I was absolutely not ready and I was rushing my healing process. My knees hurt. I couldn't catch my breath. I felt like I stopped a million times and I finished dead last. This taught me to slow down. If I could go back in time, that's the one thing I would do differently. I would not compare my body to anyone else's. Instead, I would release any idea of a bounce back and just focus on healing during those first 3 months of postpartum. I took a break from social media and just focused on bonding with my baby, getting those baby snuggles, and getting some movement in when I could. I didn't actually start lifting weights again until my baby was closer to 3 months, and I feel like that worked best for me. So make sure that you decide to do what works best for you during your postpartum journey. Don't fall into the pressure of looking a certain way. Just to give you a realistic view of how my postpartum journey went, I didn't actually start feeling like myself until about 7 months postpartum. Now let's talk about my third postpartum journey, because I don't feel like you can get a real idea of how different every journey is until you hear about my third. So I plan to get a VBAC with my third because comparing a vaginal birth to a C-section, I would choose a vaginal birth times 10. I don't know how people voluntarily want a C-section, but anyways, life had other plans for me. My daughter was born 8 whole weeks early, also a C-section. So now I had to face the experience of having to heal, recover, and be taken in a wheelchair to go visit her in the NICU. Not to even mention the whole emotional heartbreak of having to go home without her, you guys. Like, it was so sad. My C-section recovery was also a lot harder with this one, which was really surprising to me because I thought, well, once your body recovers from one C-section, it's more familiar, so then the second one's easier. That was kind of the opposite for me. It was a lot harder. It hurt so much more. I remember, like, with both of my C-section, like, I was so scared to cough or sneeze or laugh. Like, I didn't even want my husband to look at me because he's always, like, being silly, and I was so scared to laugh. I also had to pump for the first time and bottle feed my baby when she came home from the NICU. That was a whole nother experience. So everybody has their journey. We're all going through something. So don't expect that because you see cute, positive pictures on Instagram and you don't really know what they're going through in the background. We all experience something different. You can post a cute little picture of you and snuggling your baby, and then 5 minutes later, you're having a really hard time with something. So just always remember that you're not alone. People are going through this. They're just not sharing about it. One thing that helps me, and I encourage you to do, is to ask for help. So I was very blessed with my mom being able to help me during my first postpartum journey, and my mother-in-law helped me with all 3 of them. So my second tip is to stay away from social media accounts that are going to make you feel like you're doing it wrong, and just listen to encouraging affirmations that will allow you to spend the special time bonding with your baby and just truly healing your body. God only gives you what you can handle. This is a very common feeling. You're busy, tired, I get it, but movement doesn't have to be all or nothing. It's funny how this works, but movement is going to make you feel more energized. Try short full body circuits that are 15 to 20 minutes long. Move with your baby, walk with a stroller, do squats while holding your baby, use a baby carrier, and go to your local stairs. I did this with 2 of my babies and it made such a huge difference in my life. If you're watching this and are preparing for that postpartum journey, get yourself a baby carrier. It will allow you so much freedom with your hands to get stuff done around the house or simply get some shopping done. If you're watching this and have a friend who is pregnant, this is the best gift to give. Also, try looking for free beginner workouts. They're everywhere on YouTube. Just choose something and start with that. Are you feeling tired, moody, wired but tired? That's not just in your head, it's your hormones. After childbirth, your body goes through massive hormonal shifts. The roller coaster of emotions, energy crashes, sleep issues are all part of the postpartum healing process, not a reflection of your strength or capability. Estrogen, progesterone, cortisol, they all shift dramatically postpartum. Estrogen and progesterone levels, which were sky high during pregnancy, drop significantly after birth. This sudden change can impact mood, energy, and even your metabolism. At the same time, cortisol, your body's stress hormone, can spike, especially if you're sleep deprived or overwhelmed, leaving you feeling both exhausted and wired. This imbalance in hormones can affect your ability to rest deeply, manage stress, and feel like yourself again. Strength training, nourishing food, rest, sleep, these are all powerful tools to help rebalance your hormones. Gentle but consistent strength training can help regulate hormones by improving insulin sensitivity and lowering stress. Eating nutrient-dense whole foods, especially those rich in protein, healthy fats, and fiber, support hormone production and recovery. Focus on progress, not perfection. Healing is not linear. Some days you'll feel amazing, strong, and energized. Other days it may feel like a win just to get dressed or take a shower. I think I remember going 5 days without taking a shower with my first and my second baby. Yeah, it's pretty bad. This is normal and it's okay. Give yourself some grace. Progress is about building momentum over time, not doing everything perfectly every single day. If you're feeling like, I don't even know where to start, you're not alone. Start small, start real, start with you. And if you want extra support, I created a 6-week postpartum reset just for moms like you. It includes customized calories, macros, simple meals, short workouts, and mindset tools to help you feel strong, energized, and more like yourself again. Click the link in the description to grab it, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if this helped you. I'm cheering you on every step of the way. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.